We created God. Let's see.
Okay, so today I want to talk about something that has been on little Matthew's chest since he's been around, well, since he's began consciousness, okay? And that is God real or is God not real? Okay? Basically, is there a creator to this world that we are in? You know, I mean, take a look at Brooklyn, for example. I mean, I don't know if you can see her. There she is. There she is. Yeah, you can see her. What made her? What made me? What made you? Well, I know that the reason why I'm able to upload a video to YouTube is because some guys, because of a group of people, they made YouTube. Well, I don't know their names, but they did. And then the only reason why they were able to make YouTube is because some guy, well, he invented the computer, invented the internet, they decided to roll through with that, and then everything kind of just ran through. Now I'm able to sit here and I am able to speak to, well, whoever wants to click on the video. But let's go even further back. Okay, let's go to a point where nothing existed at all.
I feel like the craziest concept. Oh no. I feel like the craziest concept anybody ever said with like God was that. What if somebody just had a dream and then woke up the next day and was like, "Oh my God, this God is real"? But how would they even have that dream though? How would they even be able to perceive that idea of God? But dang, I don't know, cause I have a lot of crazy dreams. I'm like, bro, where did they even come from? But your brain is constantly taking in that information to where you can perceive things in your dream that you never even seen in your real life. But God is like, how can you even perceive something like that to even fake it, right? But then I don't know, bro. Cause it's crazy to think like religion was made like thousands and thousands of years ago, right? And some people just take it as the full truth and don't question it and just go with it as they full truth. A lot of people question it, but like the people who just go with it, like no, like the super Christians or like the super like Catholics or whatever, the ones who literally don't want to look at nothing else. They're like, no, this is what it is. Or they demonize. I feel like that's the bad part about religion, just demonizing everything, right? Instead of just looking into everything and like just being open. I feel like that's the most pure way to be, is just be open to learning about new things. Even if you do follow a certain religion, it's cool, but just being open to learning about other religions is like, and other people's way of life is a I feel like it's a positive way to go about life.
Because when you look at your atoms, you know, when you take a look at every single individual atom inside of a human body, what do you start to see? What do scientists see? Iron, all these weird compounds, chemicals, whatever. You start to realize something.
That's the thing too, like bro, it's so, our body is so intentionally made, like everything has a purpose, basically. And that's like they gotta be a creator, right? That like everything is so weird. But then you got animals, like some animals, like cows, for example. Cows are literally, what purpose do wild cows serve? Are they even wild cows? I've never seen a wild cow. I've seen wild, I've never really even seen a wild horse, but I've seen like zebras. But cows literally, if you drive past a farm, the only thing cows do all day is eat grass and sleep and shit. That's it. What purpose do cows serve besides be food for us and give us milk? Like if they was in the wild, they would literally just be just food for other animals too. Like cows are literally just put here for food. It's like a video game. It's crazy.
You're not just Earth made. You're star made. As in, you are literally, your atoms are made up of cosmic stars. Even though it sounds weird, it sounds like you're like some
Is it?
kind
I
of
didn't know
god,
that.
right? But you're not really. Don't think that.
Is that
You
true?
could get a god complex and go down some weird rabbit holes, and you don't want to get down there. But the whole point of this video is, you could even research that. I'm pretty sure it's true. It could be true. I don't know. But the whole point is God, the universe, questions, answers, math, every single thing that exists in this world, we created, okay? Whether you want to admit that or not. I mean, my name, even down to my name. My name is Matthew, okay? That is what I was named.
Yeah, everything is learned, bro. Everything is learned. That's why they also have the people have the idea like, do we even have free will? Because if that's a weird concept though. Because yeah, you have a choice, but it's like these are the choices. These are the set pathways that you have to choose. If that I don't know if that makes sense or not.
Named at birth. Some people are named other names. I have a friend. I mean, I don't know. Your parents, they're named something. Your grandparents, they're named something. Everybody's named something, right? But in reality, I'm just some guy. You're just some girl. We're all just some people trying our best to go out there and live a life for the first time, okay? So what do? Okay, we start to see things. Okay, patterns, unique trends, okay? You look back at, I don't know, a time where there was only 2,000, 3,000 human beings at this time, okay? So what do? Okay, we start to see things. Okay, patterns, unique trends, okay? You look back at, I don't know, a time where there was only 2,000, 3,000 human beings actually left on the planet. That was after like some kind of catastrophic event. I don't know what it was, but it existed at some point. It was a really bad year to be alive because like our ancestors, wow, what did they do to survive? I don't know. But then here I am complaining about my anxiety, my head. My head. I'm complaining about my anxieties, okay? My anxieties, my head. When our ancestors, what did they have to run from? Nature. They have to find food every day, water, all these different stuff. And then so, what did they have to do? Or what did they do? They became conscious.
Yeah, I would much rather live in this time that we in now than live way back when. Imagine you have to. People say, yeah, you had way more freedom back in the day when they were before taxes and jobs. But bro, you literally have to search for food. Like you're not if you can't kill nothing of be a good fisherman or none of that, you're not eating, bro. Like I'm sorry to break it to you, you're not eating if you don't know how to fish, and if you can't kill a deer or something and cook it, and you're not eating, you're starving, and then you got to worry about shelter and all them type of things. Like, bro, you're not spending your free time and you're not traveling. What you gonna do? You're not traveling. You're not traveling the world. You're gonna stay in that one spot trying to find stuff. Maybe you traveling that terrain area, but nah, bro. I much rather live right here, right now. Regular job, travel whenever. I really don't. Nobody really want to work. Everybody just want to be free. That's everybody's main goal in life is to probably be free. But what is freedom? What is freedom? Has anybody ever been free besides like right now where it's probably right now probably the time where it's the easiest to get rich for like a average person, and but it's hard at this it's harder too. But I feel like right now is the time where it's the easiest to get rich, strictly because there's people who got rich who made $1 million off a meme coin or off some crypto thing, off gambling or something. Right now is the easiest time to get rich, bro. It just is.
They started asking questions until you started, well, you needed to believe in something. And if you didn't, well, you were poisoned or exiled or destroyed. I mean, think about the earth. Well before man ever drew lines across countries or states or whatever, it was here. Long before you or I or anybody that could ever watch this video or could ever be on this earth right now could have ever known. And it was always here. The same way that other things are always there. I mean, if the universe is truly infinite, the way that we see it, because no one has ever been through the entire galaxy, no one has seen the infiniteness of it. You can only speculate. But that means an infinite universe with infinite probabilities are happening right now, currently. That means I'm doing this, maybe another me is doing something else. I mean, maybe that doesn't exist. Maybe that's because we made it up and we created it. The same way with like simulations. Like now we think our life is some kind of simulation, some kind of video game.
Some people think you could actually like jump timelines, bro. But timeline jumping is essentially there's only ever now anyway. So a timeline jumping is essentially just making a decision to do something that's gonna better you in the future and doing it now and being it now. I feel like it's the only that's what timeline jumping is if you want to path, let's say you want to path, you doing drugs every day and you don't got a job and you're homeless, and you keep doing it every day, every day, every day, every day, every day, you're gonna be on the same. It's obvious what your outcome or your future gonna be. You're either gonna be dead or you're gonna be in jail somewhere. You're gonna be you're gonna stay in the same situation, right? So timeline jumping to better your life would be to change those habits around and do something better for yourself, essentially.
You know, what if we created God? What if we created questions? What if we created answers? What if we created the same things that contain inside of all of those? I'm just trying to say that what if somewhere, someday, that someone just said, hey, I mean, George Washington predicted a solar eclipse, a full solar eclipse, I think. Or I don't know what it was. And
He
then,
did.
like, the sun got cut off and there was full blackness for an entire day. And he said that his God was more powerful than their God and he could turn off the sun. He said, oh, yeah, right. And then it happened. And then they gave all their food
George
up to his
Washington did
crew.
that.
And then all of a sudden, well, they all died because they gave up all their stuff to, well, Washington's crew. There's billions of different things you could believe. You know, I mean, I didn't even know what a cigarette was, or what a vape was, or what weed was, or what alcohol was, or what drugs were.
But I feel like we're in the most freeing time too because we now have access to the availability of learning about all these different things, all these different religions and all these different followings, spiritualities that people follow. I feel like that's where we're so privileged in the time that we in now. Because if you go back way back when they didn't have technology or none of these things, and you grew up and your mom and all your elders and everybody above you, older siblings or whatever, they believe this thing, you're most likely gonna believe that thing. And that's it. And that's all you ever gonna know because you're not even gonna meet anybody who knows anything else. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that we have the ability to choose what we even want to follow. If you have the ability to choose to not follow anything, that might have been demonized, not choosing to follow your tribe or whatever's religion that they follow. So the fact that we even have the ability to choose what we want to follow or choose not to follow anything or choose to just be open. I personally like exploring different religions and followings and spiritualities myself. But the fact that we able to even do that is a blessing.
Until
I,
introduced. You know, what about the first human being to ever die? What about the thousands? Or I can't even speak today. I can't speak at all ever. The 1 millionth person to die. The 1 billionth person to die. What if they didn't know about God? What if they didn't know about heaven and hell? Are they vanquished for all of eternity? For all of eternity?
I don't believe that,
I don't know.
bro. The concept that if you didn't follow these rules, these rules set or whatever, however it goes, that you're gonna burn forever is crazy. It's crazy. Like, what if somebody literally didn't follow the religion? What is there a correct religion? What if somebody didn't follow it or didn't even know about it way back when, and you die, and now you're like, oh, you die and you open your eyes and now you burn it in hell? That'd be crazy, bro.
But sometimes you have to sit down and think for a while. But you know something that I learned for thinking? I mean, when I was thinking for a long time, it doesn't matter how much you think. You could sit there and think forever if you wanted to, or until you died at least, because the chances of you dying are one of one. It's guaranteed. There's no escaping it. You know, I mean, even in order to get to heaven, you have to die. You know, but I would say most people don't even want to die to have to reach heaven, you know, because they enjoy living. When it actually comes down to the bare bones of it, you know, when you're hanging off of a cliff, or you get shot in your shoulder, or you have some kind of cancer and you're sitting there and you're staring at your ceiling, or your leg is cut off, or maybe your arm is, and you're just sitting there and you can't do anything, and you're sitting there in your wheelchair and you're just looking up at the sky and you're wondering why. You know, why is it that someone is suffering so much and then someone could laugh over there, and then someone's having sex over there, and then someone's having the best day of their life today? But then here we
Well, if bad times didn't exist, would the good times even be good times? If bad wasn't bad, would good even be good? Or would you get bored of good? Like, would you get tired of laughing all the time if you was happy all the time? Would you get tired of being happy eventually and want to experience like some pain? Like the people who are born like nepo babies, who are born like millionaires or whatever, they always tend to. It always seems like it's portrayed like they always get into some type of drugs or go down some type of bad path. Is that because they were bored of their wealth? Where some people would be like, oh, if I had that much money, I would never do that. But you wasn't born into that type of lifestyle, so you don't know what you'll do. Maybe you would to just experience it.
We are thinking, trying to make this world, trying to make this life, trying to make it mean something. Does it actually? Will it ever actually mean anything besides whatever you decide for it to mean? Because if you decided today that God was real, He is very real, at least to you. If you decided today that you didn't believe in anything, then that is real.
That's what it's like. That's why you just gotta respect it, bro. If somebody believe in God and you don't, if somebody believes that somebody is out there for them, rooting for them, outside of themselves, that alone could give them a boost. And even if let's per se God isn't real, that alone will help them tremendously because just them believing that somebody's out there rooting for them will keep them going.
At least to you. You know, every single person has their own little universe inside their own head, believing what it is they want to believe, understanding what they want to understand, neglecting what they want to neglect. There's some people that you can't even talk deeply to because they'll say you're giving them a headache or it feels like chalk against a board. You know, in every conversation.
Oh my God, that made me so mad, bro. When you talking to somebody and they're not even open to the conversation of questioning what they believe, bro. It's like you're they don't even want to talk about what they was told. They don't even want to know it. It's almost like I don't even want to know it, bro. I got bills to pay tomorrow. I ain't even trying to. It's like it's gonna stress them out or unmotivate them to well. I don't know.
It feels like sandpaper on your skin. And it sucks. It does. Even just to sit there alone and be by yourself, just to sit there and be in your own presence, in your own self, that hurts too.
Mm.
So you call out. I have multiple times. To the devil, to God, to the universe, to myself even, to anything.
Some people might say you tripping, but I see what he's saying. He's been saying like he called out to anything just for try to get an answer from something. I've been just trying to get an answer from something, just trying to see anything, just anything. Let me know is out there. You know what I'm saying? Just
You know, and I've made a little pact that when I go, I want to be able to look back at my life and say that I enjoyed it, that I didn't regret a single thing. But the more that you start to live life and see things, you start to realize how, well, impossible that actually is. To live a life that is, well, a life that doesn't have regret. A life where you could do whatever it is you want to do. Because you're alive. You know, it doesn't matter who created who or what created what. All that matters is that you're here to ask the question at all. And I think that's really the core of what I'm trying to say here. It doesn't matter if we created God or God created us. We're here. We are able to ask the question.
that's what I'm saying. That's the great thing about it.
That also means you're able to walk away from it too. And that's what I believe the answer is. To simply walk away from the question. There's no need to answer it. God is real. Can't prove me wrong. God is not real. You can't prove me wrong. Simply belief. Belief in oneself. I'm going to die tomorrow. I'm either right or I'm wrong. I'm going to die in 1 minute from now. Either I'm right or I'm wrong. There is no maybes in this life. There is no tries in this life. There is either doing or not doing.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing or not seeing. succeeding or not succeeding. So I urge you to try to live your best life, regardless of what you believe in, regardless of what your religion is. Realize that you are part of a much bigger religion. And do you know what that is? The human religion, the human race.
Bro. Exactly. And stop judging people based on what they believe, bro. If somebody want to worship frogs, bro, but they just cool people, bro, let them worship frogs, bro. Let them worship the frogs, bro.
You have a brain. Other things do as well. All organisms do on planet Earth. Do others on other planets do? I don't know. Is a brain special? I don't know. Is being able to ask the question at all, is that special? I don't know. But I do.
I think it is. I think being able to ask the question is special. Even if you don't know the answer, being able to even question it is like, dang, it's like, what is it? What? Because, bro, can cows ask the question to what they doing? I don't think cows have a brain. Bro, cows don't have a consciousness, bro. Because why are you sitting there in a fence, eating grass, and getting ready to go to the slaughterhouse or get milked by Lil Jimmy Jim to give to these humans, bro? Why you like? Do cows? I don't understand cows. I don't understand them. That's why I respect squirrels so much. I love squirrels.
You know one thing is that I could ask the question. So that means I could walk away from it too. Stay positive, everybody. There is no answer. It's simply just a title. A statement that is spoken out. I wish I could sit here and tell you for sure if there was some kind of God or no God or some kind of something calling the shots or nothing at all. But I can't. But what I can tell you is if you don't live, if you don't move your own 2 feet, then you're not going to go anywhere. And no thing is going to change that. No belief, no system, no nothing. Only you and the choice being made. Stay positive, enjoy your day. And thank you for listening to my crap.
Good video, man. Good video. Let go.